Oh, yeah. Time to trade, baby. Like we never did before. Love me. Well, oh. Oh. Right. Let's do it. What's going on? I lost money on gold. Right? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to close that. So here's the thing, boys. Here's the thing, boys. I will trade gold again if this daily close is good, okay? I will long it again, obviously. I'll long it again. If we get this close up here. I took a very small one. Woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, well, y'all got fucked. So I closed it wherever here or something. Lost like $600 on it. And a challenge. Okay. This sucks. Oh! What? PW. Wheeling. Patrick's account is gone? Wait. That's not him. Bro! PW's gone. Yeah! That guy. Patrick is the biggest douchebag in the entire industry. Like, I get it. I get it. The douchebag thing makes attention, right? I've done it before, okay? Not to that extreme, but he's like so angry always. Bro. Yo. YouTube. Patrick Wieland. Is he live right now? #1 live day trading show. This is the #1 dumb day trading show. Is he live right now? Bro. You know, part of me is jealous, you know? Part of me is jealous because he's got all this fame and attention, you know, and a hot wife and a boat, you know? But, like, I can't imagine how terrible he feels all the time. Like, I know that he's playing a skit, right? I know that he's not actually that big of a douchebag. He just does it because he's up playing a character, right? He's obviously still a douchebag, right? But like what you do as a content creator is you act as an extreme version of yourself, right? Right. Wow. Anyways. I'm short on Bitcoin. I'm short on Bitcoin, bro. From here. I'm still short on Bitcoin. Popping champagne. Damn shit rang. Did he get banned? Does anyone know? Did he get banned or did he delete it because he's angry? Because he lost a lot, eh? He lost what did he lose the other day? He lost like 40 grand or something, or what did he lose? Someone tell me. I need the drama, boys. Okay, so I have gone to Liberty. Champagne. I've gone to Liberty and gotten Edgefinder. For you guys and for me, I guess. This is Trader Nick's platform. It's 1,300 US. I'm doing this for you boys, right? I got this. I can't obviously like just I can't just like give you it, right? I can't just like stream it to you because that would be a breach of whatever, right? But we can utilize this and I can help you guys figure out sentiment and I can help you guys figure out like what the overall fundamental direction is, right? Using this. This is a really, really good piece of software. I've been peeking at it and it is actually pretty dang solid. Like you can see NASDAQ, you know, if I had known this before, like I got a NASDAQ long, like way down here, dude. And I closed it out at the top for like $800. I got it down here. But I would have just left that running. If I seen the sentiment here, if I seen how bullish this is, right? Like the only bearish thing on here is the job market. The interest rates I don't even think is bearish because you know they're cutting rates, which is good for the market. So but the thing is the job market doesn't really matter too much because it's all AI. This is an AI bull market. This is all AI, right? So this is like one of the most incredibly bullish signs, right? And then like you look at gold, bro, and if I wasn't a retard, I would have been like, okay, gold is actually reasonably bearish fundamentally, right? Right? You got GDP's performing well. Like basically gold loves when things are unstable, right? So you got good GDP, right? Retail sales are going up, right? Again, unemployment doesn't really matter. I guess it does. I guess it does for gold actually. Yeah. So gold is not super bullish anymore. it is dying out. I probably would have gone lighter on the gold trade if I had seen that. So I'm willing to get back into gold if we get some good reaction here. But Bitcoin, if we look at Bitcoin, for example, on there. But guys, you should totally check this out. I think he's got a free week going until tomorrow, so you guys could check it out. Trader Nick, Edgefinder. Bitcoin relatively bullish, but somewhat neutral, right? I guess somewhat neutral, or I don't know. Seasonality, trend reading, yeah. I'm on the more bear side of Bitcoin, but yeah, it's totally been chopping, right? I would put Bitcoin, because when you combine this sort of stuff with your technicals, right? To me, it looks like, hey, Bitcoin could easily come down here, right? And then the bullish side could kick in, right? Like maybe looking at these technicals now, or the fundamentals now, right? Like maybe I'm not targeting super low anymore, right? Like maybe Bitcoin's not going down this low, right? Who knows, right? But generally, you could do super well if you're using that Edgefinder as a directional bias, right? And then just looking for failures and successes and gains on that metric, right? So what happened with Patrick? Yeah, 1,300 US. Yeah, crazy, bro. That's like $2,000 Canadian. Who's this Patrick guy? Fucking #1 day trader in the US. He doesn't make. None of them are good. None of them are good, bro. The best day traders are the ones like the best day traders are the ones that don't have a following. Why? Because one, there's no reason for them to get a following because they're already making money. They're already making shitloads of money. So they don't care about the fame. Two, the skills that you develop to be a good influencer is the opposite skills of being a good trader. Opposite skills. High attention, ego-driven, hype, right? That's the opposite of trading, right? And then three, the biggest guys are the guys who are using regurgitating formulas that already exist on the internet, right? ICT, SMC sort of stuff, right? Because this stuff gets clicks, because this is what people are trying to learn. They want to learn that, all the newer traders. Nice, Trader Nick. Edgefinder looks good on you, brother. Yeah, bro, I was just hyping it up. I'm gonna be trying that Edgefinder tool. If only I had known how bullish the NQ was, I wouldn't have closed my long at the tops. I would have made twice as much. Maybe we can find a way to collab Maven accounts with Edgefinder. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know. My gut reaction is, collabs are difficult. It's my gut reaction. Like, there's been a lot of software that have, like journal software and whatnot, have kind of approached us, right? And they're like, wanted to collab. And it's a tricky one. First of all, you have to spend a lot of time building tech out, right? And then, you have to also know that the software is safe, right? You have to know, like, you can't put your company at risk, right? So like when you collab with other partners, like I'm not saying Trader Nick would ever do this. He's probably one of the most trusted guys I know, right? But like, let's say we collabed with Trader Nick, right? In Edgefinder or whatever, right? And then Trader Nick starts a meme coin and rug pulls everyone, right? Well, now we're associated to that, right? I know that Trader Nick would never do that, but just like as an example, right? Like, what if something goes wrong, right? And then you're like, oh, you're associated, right? Like we don't even post. We've done lots of content with other like prop firm owners and whatnot, right? And we've had to cut content that was going to go up because their firm started doing some funny business, right? And we don't know that when we're doing an interview, right? If we do an interview with another firm, right? And then we start editing it and it comes out a month later that, hey, this firm is doing something weird. Okay, well, all that content is garbage now, right? Because there's no chance we're gonna post anything that says, hey, we want to be associated with these people, right? Collabs are really tricky, especially in this industry. Like in the influencer industry, it's amazing, right? Okay, Wheeland Trades account suspended. Oh, okay, so he did get suspended. Okay. That's kind of what I figured. Like I didn't figure he would just rage quit after people started making fun of him. I thought he would have like used that to his advantage. How much did he lose yesterday? Yeah. So should we long the NQ just randomly? Let's see here. No, definitely not right now. So you've got a failure on the highs here, right? We're basically just ranging today. I think until FOMC, it looks like the market's not going to do anything crazy, right? You definitely want to watch over the next day here. How does this structure break down, right? Because there's going to be a few more 4-hour candles until FOMC, and they could very easily, form something here, right? A square, come down, fail to make a new high, and then that could easily come down for the FOMC, right? There is this massive gap. I am terrified to trade the NASDAQ right now, simply because you have no level. There's nothing here, right? I would love to be a bull, but I can't be, right? Because it makes absolutely no sense. Like, what would you even possibly target, right? So if it does come down, amazing. That would be great. This would be a great buy here. It's still the same level from before, right? What was it? Daily, I think. Daily levels here, right? Or you can watch a reaction off that gap. But we're going to be playing the reaction on FOMC. I'll probably live stream during FOMC. But again, rate cuts, good for the market overall, especially when it's 25 basis points. It's nothing extreme. And they have a 97% chance, I believe. Let's refresh this. 98% chance, yeah, to cut by 25 basis points, right? I don't think there's a scenario where this wouldn't be bullish. Top. We were actually chatting about Trader Nick in the Maven podcast today too. We were with Tarzanian King or Tarzanian Viking, right? I think I just typed his name wrong when I started it. Can we add a fib to see how far it should go up? Okay, so it using fib extension is moronic, absolutely moronic. Okay, I get the theory of it. Okay, hey, you need something to place a target, right? So I don't even have fib. I have it like set weirdly here. But let's say, I don't even know, bro. Okay, like, okay, the issue with fib extensions is, fucking hell. Okay, there's two issues. First of all, where do you draw it from, right? Do you draw it from the bottom of this move, or do you draw it from the bottom of this move, right? Or do you go on to, the different time frame and draw it from a different move way down here even, right? Like, so where do you start it from, first of all? And where do you end it? Okay, I guess you would end it at the current price, or maybe you'd end it at this. There's two different start. There's a start and end point, and you don't know where they start, so you can draw them differently. And then on top of that, which level do you use? Do you use the 168? Do you use the 73 whatever? Do you use the, I don't even know the numbers, right? Like there's like 5 different numbers you could use, and there's 3 different spots you could draw this from. So if let's just draw out a couple here, right? Just random things. Like let's just draw some random lines here, right? Let's say there's only 3. I'm going to show you how confusing this is going to get. So let's say there's 3 places it could go, right? 3 different levels it could go from drawing the fib extension from bottom to top, okay? And then there's going to be 3 levels that it could go from drawing halfway up, right? I'm just drawing things randomly, right? Okay, and then, maybe you drew it in the third way, right? You see what I'm saying is like, this is what the chart is going to end up looking like overall if you amalgamate all of the traders drawing fib extensions. The lines are worthless. That's what I'm saying. Because there's so many possibilities that this is what traders are drawing, right? As an amalgamation of everyone. Draw it from the last low in the 4 hour. Yeah, see, like it doesn't even make sense, right? Like I wouldn't even have thought of that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even have thought of that, right? And then you have all these other lines now. So there's hundreds of possibilities using fib extension. So it is, so by just pure math and logic, fib extension cannot be right. Or an alternate view is it will be right 100% of the time because you'll redraw it a different way based off of how it does actually turn up. And it's amazing in hindsight because you'll just draw it the right way because there's 100 different options. You'll just draw the right one. You know what I mean? It's an impossible predictor. It's a useless predictor. So what you do in these markets when it's just going up is you just trail your stop. Right? Or you wait for a reversal sign, right? Right now there's no reversal sign, right? There's no failures, right? We're gaining still. Let's look at gold. Gold's still coming. Yeah. We'll likely see a rejection off of here, but if you do see the 24-hour close back above, we'll be bullish again. We'll be bull again if it is. Bitcoin should still come down, I think. Bitcoin shorting, failing that level on Bitcoin. Fib needs to be drawn from the last swing to predict the swing points. Yes, exactly. So again, you're trying to make it obvious for me, but it's not. It's not freaking obvious because you say something so simple. The last swing. What the heck is the last swing, right? This is the last swing, right? Right? On the daily. What's the last swing on the 4 hour? This. Right? Like it makes no sense. It's 2 different levels. So what time frame are you looking at? And you can't just be like, oh, it's this time frame, because that makes no sense. Because you can't have a flat blanket rule like that. It makes no sense. And then what if you're drawing on the weekly? Right? That's the last swing on the weekly. Right? That's been 4 weeks. It's been 4 weeks it's going up. So where could it go on the weekly, right? What are you going to draw at? I don't know. When you have to use your own interpretation, you're going to be wrong. Right? Because there's so many different ways to interpret something. That's why the things that work are horizontal candle body levels, right? Or highs and lows, right? Because it's cannot be interpreted differently. The level is, this level is 25,354.5. For sure. Don't argue with me there because it's not possible to. That's the level. It's impossible to interpret it differently. Right? That's why that works. That's why fundamentals work. Because, hey, earnings are better than expected. That's good for the stock. You cannot say that. You cannot say that a company making more money is going to be bad for the stock. Fundamentals work great. Because it's impossible to think that, hey, Netflix failed on their expected amount of money that they're going to make, so that must be good for them. It's impossible to think that. Go back to the daily chart. This is the daily chart. Running around. Let's do a giveaway. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Plus Trader Nick to enter the giveaway. Spin the wheel. A 5K one step is on the line for everyone who types in plus Trader Nick. Coffee. Nice. Trader Nick is probably my favorite influencer in the entire game. I remember making fun of him when I first started YouTube. And then he called me and we had a chat and I was like, oh, maybe he's all right, actually. And I was like really young and like immature and a dickhead. The older I get, the more I just love Trader Nick. You guys should definitely go follow him. Okay, we're going to spin that wheel. Hamza. Congrats, bro. 5K one step. Open up a ticket in Discord. It's barely even moving today, if you notice, too, eh? Which is interesting. Like, there's no volume today. Gold has been moving pretty good. Bitcoin's been kind of interesting too. Decent amount of volatility. But again, they're just kind of like ranging right now. I mean, like nothing is changing, right? You got this 4-hour failure on Bitcoin. You're most likely like you've got some pretty significant failures here. Daily failure, monthly failure, 4-hour failure now. This is going to dump. This is going to dump Like, these 15-minute candles don't matter. You know, it might come up a bit here, some more, get some more orders in. It's going to rip down. Like, I'm pretty sure this might just absolutely get destroyed. Yeah, I know Trader Nick first saw him on the trading podcast with Sham. Yeah. Any stocks doing anything interesting? Tesla's going up again. Sodium ion thing that I got here. This is a company that I'm really hyped about. It's Alaskan gold mining company. That they're obviously coming down because gold's been going down, but I would love to get once there's a reaction, I'm going to be going heavy on this. If it gets low, I'm going to be going real heavy on this. Right? I think this is going to be a good like a year, multi-year play, basically. See what JP Morgan's doing. Where's I want to add BlackRock or Vanguard. Add them. It's like if you want to make money for sure, just buy BlackRock because they're going to do all the work for you. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder, does BlackRock outperform the NASDAQ? Let's see. Let's just check from like a certain bottom. Let's check from the bottom of the 2008 crash to the top. Let's see what they ROI'd to the very top here, to the current price. We'll do current price. 1,072%. Okay, let's check the NASDAQ. NASDAQ. This one. Another one. There you go. Bottom of the 2008 crash. Let's see. Let's see what see if BlackRock outperformed the NASDAQ. They did. They made double. They made nearly double the NASDAQ. Which is just quite insane, actually. That's like 30% a year. Let's look at Vanguard. Yeah, if you just want to make money, just buy these guys. Like, you don't even have to do the research then, right? Let's look at what Vanguard made since, I guess they opened up in... here, we'll just start there. Yeah, Vanguard barely even outperformed the NASDAQ. I guess like they might be a bit lower, but yeah, they definitely outperformed it. But here we could draw from the bottom of Vanguard here. September 2010. September 2010, they made 525%. Right. Let's look at NASDAQ. September 2010. September. Here you go. Yeah, they outperformed it by a bit. That was like 460. But BlackRock beats the NASDAQ by like double. Isn't that crazy? Like, if you just want to make a lot of money, all you do is buy BlackRock because they're just they'd have way more money than you, and they're way smarter than you. Just keep buying BlackRock. Let's see what JP Morgan did. See if JP Morgan can beat BlackRock. I don't think anything can beat BlackRock. Let's look. Bottom of that crash to the current price. Wow. JP Morgan made 2,000%. Maybe JP Morgan's the one to do. just buy whatever these just would be a good index is an index of like the top trading, what are they called? Companies, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Like an index of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, like all these big banks and investment firms. Just an index of only whatever they choose. Split evenly across the board. Let's look at Goldman Sachs. What did they do? I think it's just crazy, dude. Bottom of the 2008 crash to now. Goldman Sachs, yeah, it does pretty well too. You know, if you just had an index of like those like 5 like top, you could do like the top 10 like investment banking firms, right? The market maker index. Yeah, the MMI. You know what I mean? And you averaged them all. Every single one of them outperformed the NASDAQ, by the way. Oh, yeah, all of the institutions, right? The top 10 institutions, right? And based off of the 5 we just looked at, you would have gotten an average of, 1,200%, where the NASDAQ made 600%. You would have doubled the NASDAQ over the last decade. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, I guess Goldman Sachs and BlackRock are the way to go. I'm just gonna keep buying them, I guess. Hey, let's look at JP Morgan. What's the word? What are they like? Are ownings or whatever? Like what? Shares, I guess. I don't know. I want to see like what are they invested in? What's the word for this? Like what? Stock picks or whatever. Yeah, yeah. In a decade, they 12x'd. JP Morgan 12x'd in a decade. That's totally true, Xavier. $12x is insane, dude. I can't really compare it to Bitcoin though, unfortunately, because like Bitcoin's done like thousands of x, right, from a decade ago. We could look at like what let's compare to Bitcoin, because that's what we want to see is like what's just the best thing to just buy, right? And let's start from 2019, because then we can include a bear market, right? We'll start from like the bottom of 2019 here. Bitcoin did 3,000%. There you go. There's no point in investing in firms. Just buy Bitcoin. Just buy Bitcoin. It outperforms literally everything. Isn't that crazy? Now, mind you, Bitcoin does this, right? 80% drop, and I'm pretty sure JP Morgan does not do that. Let's see what JP Morgan went down. So you obviously have to base it around. Isn't that funny? Wait, look at that. They dropped like they definitely own Bitcoin here, right? Because that dropped 40%. Bro, Finn, shut up. Maven Shorts fucking ban that guy. Look at that spam, dude. Just ban him. Fuck that guy. I'm not even gonna read the question that you ask. Fucking dickhead. You know what I mean? What a dink. Timeout for 24 hours. You're nicer than me. Like, that guy clearly does not give a fuck about anybody but himself. Right? Coming back up there, and they'll reject that level, I think, again. Sell. Huh? Not enough margin. Oops. I don't want that. Order filled. Yeah. Have you seen NVIDIA? Yeah. 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 I should honestly just buy stocks with more conviction than like one contract. I'd probably be doing a lot better if I was just buying stocks. Keeps turning. Rocket Lab up to anything. Palantir's a big one too. Lunar's chilling. Look at Apple too. Apple's killing it. Yeah, we're just in this massive bull market that like I don't really want to do anything. I'll wait for Netflix to come down even lower. I really don't want to do anything with this. I want to wait for some sort of crash, right? Especially if tomorrow, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't want to really be in anything tomorrow. For tomorrow, we'll see. If, you know what I was saying yesterday with gold here? This, you know, they're setting us up for a really awesome long, right? And if this daily closes back above, I suspect that there will be a lot of volatility, gather more orders, and then go to the upside, right? Once earning reports come out, right? They're setting it up for the news event, right? They show you what's going to happen. So you'll see, based off where this closes, you'll know where the news event's going to happen, right? Same with sort of Bitcoin, right? They're failing, right? They're failing in preparation for the earnings report. Not earnings report, interest rates. NASDAQ, bullish though, right? Fundamentally bullish, not showing any signs of weakness on these closes, right? So I would expect a spike down to gather some more orders and then back up for interest rates, right? So we can draw them all out, right? NASDAQ, boom, right? Bitcoin, boom, right? And gold. Same thing. We're gonna maybe spike down and then up, right? What's the most important lesson you learned from trading? The most important lesson I've learned from trading, that I will always be punished for not having peace. And that extrapolates to all points of your life. If you are a impulsive, reactive person, you will be instantly punished with trading. You won't be instantly punished in your real life, but you will be punished for being a degenerate in your real life as well as trading. Trading, though, you will be punished within the same couple days of fucking up, right? Takes you months to realize you're fucking up in your real life, right? Even years, maybe. If in your real life you're not able to control fucking eating fast food for dinner, right? You won't notice effects until next year when you're slower and dumber and fatter, right? With trading, if you have no impulse control, you're going to lose all your money within the same week, right? So trading is a representation of how mentally stable you are. If you're losing money trading, you have poor emotional management, you're impulsive, and you have no peace or tranquility, right? There's proof for this, right? There's proof for this. If you were a peaceful, calm person, you would wait, and then you would buy, and then you would hold. You wouldn't even be trading at all. Right? If you were even we can expand that even further. If you were a peaceful, calm day trader, you might not even trade every day, right? You'd wait for the perfect setup that week, and then you'd enter, and then you'd be fine, right? I'll say it again. If you're losing money trading, it's because there's something wrong with your mental health, right? It has nothing to do with your strategy. Trading is 100% psychology. I've proven this before. Exactly what I basically just said. Because you know for sure that you can make money just buying the NASDAQ and holding. You know that for sure. Right? And I would be disgusted if somebody disagrees with that, because that makes no sense. So you know how to make money for sure, and you're choosing not to. You're actively choosing not to make money trading if you're losing money, because all you have to do is do nothing. So you're deciding that your need for emotional roller coasters, excitement, and gambling and dopamine hits is more important than you having money. I'll say that again. You are deciding that excitement and dopamine is more important than you making money. Because you know you can make money by sitting, holding, and just buy Bitcoin and hold, do nothing. You know you'll make money, for sure. Everyone who has ever bought Bitcoin and did nothing made money. Right? So ask yourself, why do I think that it's more important for me to have fun than make money? Boom. You want to do this for a job, don't you? You want to be a trader, don't you? Well, you know for sure how to make money. You're just choosing not to. Podcast showed me that how effective the 4-hour chart is. 4-hour chart's really good. I like the 4-hour. Yeah, I like the 4. I like the daily. I like the weekly. I like the monthly. Those are my favorite ones. If I am looking at the lower time frames, it would be the 15. Those are my favorite. Agree. Yeah. Bro, I could tell exactly. I could tell somebody how to be a profitable trader with one fucking sentence, right? And it's up to you whether or not you listen. Right? Everyone's always asking, how do I get profitable? How do I get profitable? Oh, I'm struggling in my psychology. Oh, I keep over trading. This is how you get profitable. You fucking buy and then do nothing. It is the easiest thing in the world. You literally just buy any time and do nothing. But you don't want that. You don't want money. Otherwise, you would do that. There's two things that you either want. You either want to look cool being this flashy day trader, right? Or you're chasing dopamine hits. Which, being a flashy day trader is chasing a dopamine hit. It's just a social dopamine hit versus a monetary dopamine hit. So ask yourself, what do you want? It's perfectly fair. If you want to fucking gamble, go ahead. Part of what I do is gamble because it makes a more fun live stream, right? It's part of what I actually do because it makes things more interesting for you guys. Dude, I would be shocked if Bitcoin goes up at this point. Like, there's so many failures across every time frame. But I kind of thought the same thing about gold too, and then it went down. So, like, everything is failing now. Bitcoin is absolutely murked. Murked, bro. Look at that. Look at that monthly. Everything is failing. Like, it should at least come back down here. All right, boys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to trade the FOMC tomorrow.